welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm going to be working on my Mix It Up Monday hop video. This is where we take a sketch and we mix it up with various forms of mixed media. It can be as simple as inking, stamping, excuse kitty, and you can get detailed with texture paste and all kinds of fun. Today's sketch was exclusively designed for us by Brandy. I will pop that up there in the corner so that you can see her sketch. And we're going to get started with some mixed media here. So I am going to go a little bit rogue today, just a little bit. I'm going to be scrapbooking a story about some bunnies that showed up in our backyard when we lived in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Our dog decided it was a great idea to disturb a nest of bunnies, and my daughter found them, and I heard some major screaming going on in that back. I thought she was dying. Turns out she had saved a bunny from our dog's mouth and brought it in and was just totally freaked out. Well, that's not going to work because that's the wrong color. So today I'm just going to be kind of playing around with my watercolor paints to see what I can come up with for the mixed media portion. So I'm going to be playing with these watercolors and this packaging. I'm going to do a lot of my mixed media down here on the lower half of the layout, just like it is, just like the cluster of photos in title are in the sketch. So first I'm using this light khaki brown color, and I'm going to let it dry. So now I'm going to bring in the second color, and I actually end up using two colors of blue. I liked the light blue, but decided I needed a little bit of a darker color. And so first I'm just going to kind of pull in this light blue, and I'm going to just kind of do the same thing I did with the brown, and I'm just going to put it mostly around the edges of the brown. I'm not going to get a whole lot in the middle of it. And then I'm going to add in that darker color as well so that I can get a little bit more depth of color on my background. So I really think this is one of my favorite ways to play with mixed media, is to go ahead and just do this packaging technique with watercolors. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some stenciling. I picked up my warm buff ink pad from Pink Fresh Studio. Who else is super excited and also super annoyed that they have come out with 24 more colors that now I need to buy, because you know, gotta have all the colors. Anyway, I really like my Pink Fresh Studio inks, and I find that between those and my Distress inks, I have quite a few colors, but that's not going to stop me from ordering that set of 24 ink pads when they are available. I'm also going to do a little bit of stamping with the same ink pad. I brought in two different stamps. These are some background stamps that I've had in my stash for quite a while. I think a couple of those might be from Bo Bunny. I'm not positive. So let's get back to building this layout. Now I do want to note that these bunnies, we didn't keep them. We saved them, got them all dried off and cleaned up from the dog, because after that first bunny, he found the rest of them. And so that nest was just not going to be safe in our backyard from him. Now also, he was a puppy at the time, so he didn't hurt any of them. That was not the case a few years later when he found another nest and he actually killed the bunnies, which further upset my daughter. The joke around the house after this incident was we called him Elmer Fudd. Anyway, so we got the bunnies all cleaned up, and as you can see, I pulled bits of the nest out so that they would have the smell of their mother on them, and we had them in a little box until we got all of them I believe we let them go outside of our fenced yard that night, and Mama Bunny did come back and take care of them. But they are quite big, their eyes are open, they didn't need hourly feedings. We have done that in my home when we've found bunnies that Mama has abandoned for various reasons, and yes, we were sure she abandoned the set of bunnies, and we have done hourly feedings for bunnies. That is not always successful, so it is always best to go ahead and get them reunited with Mama. So I'm going to bring in this Tidal Suite from this simple vintage weathered garden foamies set, and these flowers are fussy cut from a Maggie Holmes, I believe it was Market Square, pattern paper. And that Wild and Free came from Pink Fresh Studio. This whole batch of embellishments and paper that I'm using are from my May counterfeit kit, and I think I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. So I forgot to mention what I did off camera a little bit ago. I went ahead and I matted my white cardstock with a piece of pattern paper from my counterfeit kit, and then I hand stitched the white mixed media background down to that cardstock. I also gutted that cardstock. There's about an 8x8 piece from the middle that I took out, because this is going to be a 2-page layout eventually. So I wanted to have a piece of that pattern paper from this piece so that I could get that last photo scrapbooked, and this again will be part of a 2-page layout. That last photo features my children holding the bunnies. There were 3 bunnies, all 3 kids have a bunny in their hand, and it's just before we let them go outside of the fence in our yard. So I am going to be adding some Pink Fresh Studios glitter gems. I love these little gems. Not only are they beautiful, but they come in a great little zipper packaging that makes them very easy to store. It also makes them very easy to travel with you. So if you're going to go on a crop and you want to make sure you have some sparkly bits, you can just grab these little envelopes to take with you. They're pretty awesome. So I am just using my gem picker, and I'm just placing them in various places around my clusters. The next thing I'm going to add are these little twine bows. You can see the twine that I used up there in the corner. I already tied them into bows off camera, and I'm just using a glue dot to adhere them to the page. I went ahead and I utilized that banner as a third cluster of embellishments. Now I'm going to add some splatters with this Maya Road Mist. This is a very old spray. It no longer sprays, which is fine, because anymore I just use it for sprinkling like this, and it just kind of gives you a little bit more color. It's a great color. I wish I could get another bottle of it in that color, but Maya Road is no longer in business. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. Make sure that you check out my description box below for the list of the hoppers playing along this week with Mix It Up Monday. If you have any questions or comments about my video, just plop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I hope that you have a great Monday and a wonderful week this week. Bye.